It's a lot for Draisaitl to come out of the lineup. We've obviously seen it throughout the playoffs.
I mean, he played an entire playoff run with a high ankle sprain.
Yeah,
That's
which
bananas.
is insane. I could barely get out of bed with a high ankle sprain, never mind play hockey games. But he obviously he's a beast, and be disappointing to see him out tonight. But Ekholm, just on the other players that were out, Ekholm, I just suspect they're just going to hold him out every so often when it's an optional skate. And Hyman, same difference, just coming back from an injury. McDavid, I'm sure he's just recovering too, but I would suspect the other three play tonight.
Yeah, I wouldn't. If I'm an Oilers fan, I'm not getting too nervous about any of this.
Yeah.
Those three you just mentioned, even Draisaitl, like, they have a lot to play for still, and there's a lot of stuff that they have to work out of their game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to diminish what these final 15 or 14 to 16 games of the regular season are for the Oilers, but the point is, you prioritize as much of an impact as one player can have in any one game down the stretch. The priority is making sure they are at 100% for the Stanley Cup playoffs. Like, that is ultimately what matters. Whether you finish second in the division, third in the division, or you go ahead and win the division, that means way, way less if you have to run Leon Draisaitl's tank to empty, or Matthias Ekholm can't fully recover, or Zach Hyman, whatever's bugging him, continues to linger. Like, again, I will take a fully healthy Oilers who finished third in the Pacific Division over a team that's got a handful of question marks for game one of a series. But hey, they finished first and they get Minnesota instead. Like, we debated this with Jay the other day. The gap between LA and Minnesota, whichever way you kind of want to view that gap,
it's not that far.
It's not big enough to warrant, I mean, again, having to run out guys and run them down to the bone in the final few games of the regular season, you know?
I don't even think Vegas is that much of a huge difference.
I think Vegas is way more flawed than people are saying.
I think so too. Like, we obviously have the standings up on the screen. Like, the three opponents the others are going to face, none of them easy by any means, but the gap, like you said, between all three of them isn't too horrendous. I wonder if tonight was, for example, against the LA Kings, if Draisaitl would have played, like, although Winnipeg being a Western Conference opponent, and we all know what happened to start the season, it doesn't have like too much like implications outside of points, which are obviously important on the division race in the Pacific. I think the other Vegas and LA are both in action tonight too, so that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, Chance. I mean, hey, and you are correct. They are both in action. The LA Kings taking on the Chicago Blackhawks, so obviously that would make you, a little bit nervous. Hopefully Chicago can play a little bit of spoiler. Vegas is hosting Boston as well, so those are kind of the games you're keeping an eye on tonight. There's a couple of really good ones in the NHL, but maybe we'll get to that a little bit later on with our Safeway picks. So again, the lineup report tonight for the Edmonton Oilers, it is looking like there will be no Leon Draisaitl this evening. Again, like, just the fact that we're getting it as doubtful already this early on in the day, and it's not some late decision,
tells me everything.
Yeah, that tells me everything. I would assume Leon Draisaitl is not going to play tonight, but the top line from Chris Knobloch of Skinner, McDavid, and Hyman will stick together. So, what's up, Nation citizens? If you like that video, then you need to be subscribed to the Oilers Nation YouTube. Podcasts, live shows, exclusive interviews, and analysis. Everything you need from your favorite voices at Oilers Nation. And you don't want to miss any of it, so hammer that subscribe button.